Welcome back to today's economic news. I'm your host, John, and today we are diving deep into a story that might just shake your view on international politics, religion, and economics. This is not just another news piece. It's unfolding in real time and involves quite a cast of characters. Imagine this, an enormous delegation of 1,000 US Christian pastors and influencers landing in Israel on what they call a solidarity mission. But is this altruistic expedition truly about solidarity, or is there more to this than meets the eye? We're going to dissect how this visit affects not only international relations, but also diverts attention from pressing economic issues back home. Before we get to the heart of today's issue, let's remind ourselves how we arrived at this point. As many of you know, evangelical support for Israel isn't a new phenomenon. It stretches back to the post-World War II days, when a shift in theological narratives placed Israel at the center of evangelical Christian faith. Think about the historical context. Establishment of Israel in 1948, and how significant figures like Jerry Falwell and Pat Robertson in the 70s and 80s cemented this alliance under the banner of Christian Zionism. Remember when they taught us that the return of Jews to the Holy Land was a requisite for the second coming of Christ? Fast forward to the political landscape of the 2000s, and suddenly we've got this influential evangelical lobby vigorously backing US policies in favor of Israel. This isn't just about a shared spiritual bond, it's political chess played at a global scale. Now, what exactly does this current visit entail? A staggering 1,000-strong delegation organized by the Friends of Zion is backed by figures like Dr. Mike Evans and the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They intend not only to express support for Israel, but to educate these pastors who wield serious influence across media platforms about the challenges Israel faces. Here's where the numbers speak volumes. The size of the delegation is colossal. Out of 2,000 applicants, only the top influencers were chosen. To translate that, imagine filling two massive auditoriums with influential voices, each ready to echo a narrative across their networks. That's the scale we're talking about, folks. But what are these influencers really bringing back? Just endorsements or something more substantial? Look at the hard data. 1,000 delegates, 2,000 applicants, 9.7% of the world's population, identifying with evangelicalism. These statistics aren't just numbers on a chart. They're the foundation of a major diplomatic gesture that may shift perceptions and policies. Reflecting on October 7th's tragic events involving Hamas, the aftermath is still influencing decisions today. Isn't it alarming how such events can be used to galvanize support? Without dissecting the deeper, scarring humanitarian implications for both Israelis and Palestinians? Do these missions serve peace, or are they mere fuel for more geopolitical tension? Critics raise the valid point that this uncritical support might embolden Israeli policies that could exacerbate regional tensions. Opposing narratives suggest evangelicals are charging into a complex geopolitical storm with theological blinders on, missing the nuanced realities of Palestinian lives. Even in the heart of these contentions, the voices of key figures resound powerfully. Consider the direct quotes shouted from platforms claiming these devils that hate Jews hate Christians just as much. What is being said against the state of Israel is 100 times worse than what the Nazis said on their party platform in 1920, and everyone is ignoring it. Rhetorical flourishes like these make for powerful sound bites. But do they simplify an impossibly complicated situation for dramatic effect? Which brings us to the broader libertarian perspective. Let me put this in terms of economic justice. Every dollar funneled into overseas activism could be seen as a dollar pulled away from domestic issues like education, health, and welfare. This isn't mere benevolence, it's an economic choice. Why are we redirecting resources from pressing concerns such as healthcare and housing towards foreign policy initiatives? Imagine if your household budget was allocated this way. Wouldn't you start questioning the priorities? Furthermore, the government, in its enthusiasm to align with certain religious and political views, risks alienating dissenting voices at home, threatening the very fabric of freedom and liberty we hold dear. So, in conclusion, today's report isn't just about 1,000 pastors on a mission to Israel. It touches the nerve of what's wrong with bandwagon solidarity. Why are we not questioning the financial and moral implications of such endeavors? If you're as tired as I am of seeing resources misallocated by government incompetence, then isn't it time we demand a more balanced, informed approach? If you are equally tired of paying for their mistakes and want to see sensible economic choices being made, hit that subscribe button. Together, we can push for accountability where it matters most. Thank you for joining me on today's Economic News, where we break down not just the news, but the narrative behind the headlines. Until next time, stay informed.